the cosmic castaways. In the vast expanse of the Andromeda Galaxy, humanity's first interstellar colony ship, the HSS Celestial Pioneer, drifted silently through the void. Its hull, once gleaming with promise, now bore the scars of a perilous journey. Inside, the last remnants of Earth's hope for expansion lay dormant in cryostasis, unaware of the cosmic drama unfolding around them. Captain Zara Chen, the sole conscious human aboard, paced the bridge with growing unease. Her dark eyes, sharp with intelligence, scanned the unfamiliar star patterns displayed on the holographic screens. The ship's AI, ARIL, Advanced Reconnaissance and Integration Assistant, had awakened her early from cryosleep due to an anomaly in their trajectory. "RIA, status report," Zara commanded, her voice steady despite the knot of anxiety in her stomach. The A's soothing voice filled the bridge. "Captain, we've encountered an uncharted gravitational anomaly. Our projected course to the Kepler 186s system has been altered by approximately 37 light-years." Zara's brow furrowed. Consequences. "At current velocity, we will deplete our antimatter fuel reserves before reaching the target system. Without intervention, the mission is projected to fail." The weight of responsibility settled heavily on Zara's shoulders. 10,000 colonists slumbered in the ship's cryo chambers, their futures now hanging in the balance. The fate of humanity's first extragalactic colony rested in her hands. Options: ARIA. The A's response was measured. "There is a star system within range of our remaining fuel. Preliminary scans indicate a potentially habitable planet. However, the system falls within uncharted space, beyond the scope of our mission parameters." Zara closed her eyes, weighing the risks. Their mission had always been fraught with danger, pushing the boundaries of human exploration. But this was uncharted in every sense of the word. "Plot a course for the nearest habitable planet, ARIA. We'll assess our options once we're in orbit." As the Celestial Pioneer altered its course, Zara felt a mix of trepidation and exhilaration. They were truly going where no human had gone before. Days passed as they approached the mysterious star system. Zara spent her waking hours poring over the data AOIA collected, searching for any sign that this detour might salvage their mission. As they entered the system, a world of swirling emerald and sapphire filled the view screen. "AOIA, what are we looking at?" The A's voice held a note of what almost sounded like wonder. "The planet appears to be a water world, Captain. Approximately 95% of its surface is covered in liquid water. There are scattered archipelagos and one major landmass near the equator. Atmosphere is oxygen-nitrogen, similar to Earth. Gravity is 1.2 times Earth normal." Zara leaned forward, her eyes wide. "Life signs." "Affirmative. Extensive marine ecosystems detected, and..." AOIA paused, an unusual occurrence for the advanced A. "Captain, I'm detecting artificial structures on the main continent. Signs of civilization." The bridge fell silent as the implications sank in. They had stumbled upon an alien world, one that might hold the key to their survival or spell their doom. "Initiate first contact protocols," Zara ordered, her voice barely above a whisper. "Prepare a landing craft. I'll lead the expedition myself." As the Celestial Pioneer entered orbit, Zara donned an exosuit designed for alien environments. Her heart raced with a mixture of fear and anticipation. Humanity's first contact with an alien civilization was about to occur, not in some carefully orchestrated diplomatic meeting, but out of sheer necessity. The landing craft descended through swirling clouds, revealing a landscape of breathtaking beauty. Crystalline spires rose from the verdant jungle, their surfaces shimmering with an inner light. As they touched down on a clearing near the edge of a sprawling alien city, Zara took a deep breath. "AOIA, maintain contact. If anything goes wrong, your primary directive is to protect the colonists." With that, Captain Zara Chen stepped out onto alien soil, the first human to set foot on a world beyond the Milky Way. The air was thick and humid, filled with a sense of unfamiliar flora. In the distance, she could hear sounds that might have been wildlife or might have been the bustle of an alien metropolis. As Zara took her first tentative steps, movement caught her eye. From the tree line emerged a figure that defied easy description. It was vaguely humanoid, but its skin shimmered with bioluminescent patterns, and what might have been hair writhed with a life of its own. The alien regarded Zara with multifaceted eyes that seemed to shimmer with intelligence. It raised a hand in what she hoped was a gesture of peace. Zara mirrored the gesture, her voice steady as she spoke the words that would echo through human history. "I am Captain Zara Chen of Earth. We come in peace and in need of assistance." The alien's response came not in words, but in a burst of color across its skin and a melodic series of clicks and whistles. As if by magic, the sounds coalesced into meaning in Zara's mind. "Welcome, Starcrosser. We are the Luminians. Your arrival has long been foretold." Zara blinked in surprise. Foretold. Before she could formulate a response, the ground beneath her feet began to tremble. The Luminians' colors shifted to what Zara instinctively knew was an expression of alarm. "Danger approaches, Starcrosser. The Devourers come. Your arrival has awakened them." As if on cue, the sky darkened. Zara looked up to see massive shapes descending through the clouds, ships of some kind, but organic in nature, pulsing with malevolent energy. The Luminian grasped Zara's arm with surprising strength. "Come, we must seek shelter. The fate of two civilizations now hangs in the balance." As Zara allowed herself to be led towards the alien city, her mind raced. They had come seeking salvation, only to find themselves thrust into an interstellar conflict. But as the adrenaline coursed through her veins, a thought crystallized in her mind. This was humanity's chance to prove itself on a cosmic stage. The celestial pioneer had set out to establish humanity's first extragalactic colony. Instead, they might just end up saving an alien civilization, and in doing so, secure humanity's place among the stars. With a deep breath, Zara steeled herself for the challenges ahead. The real adventure, it seemed, was only just beginning. Echoes of extinction. As Zara raced through the crystalline streets of the Luminian city, her mind struggled to process the rapid turn of events. The alien beside her, who had introduced itself as Celara, moved with fluid grace despite the urgency of their situation. Above them, the organic ships of the Devourers cast ominous shadows across the gleaming spires. "Celara," Zara panted, her exosuit compensating for the planet's higher gravity. "What of these Devourers? Why were we foretold?" The Luminian skin rippled with patterns that Zara was beginning to recognize as a form of emotional expression. "The Devourers are our ancient enemy, Starcrosser. They consume entire worlds, leaving only husks in their wake. As for your arrival," Zelara's voice trailed off as they ducked into a shimmering building that seemed to pulse with its own inner light. Inside, Zara found herself in what appeared to be a vast command center. Holographic displays filled the air, showing the approaching Devourer ships from multiple angles. Other Luminians moved about with purpose, their skin flickering with rapid-fire communication. An elder Luminian, its tendrils gray and its skin patterns more subdued, approached them. "I am Elder Jorix. Captain Chen, your arrival marks the fulfillment of a prophecy passed down through generations. It was foretold that in our darkest hour, allies from beyond the stars would come to turn the tide against the Devourers." Zara's mind reeled. "With all due respect, Elder, we're hardly in a position to save anyone. Our ship is low on fuel, and we have 10,000 colonists in cryosleep." Jorik's patterns shifted to what Zara interpreted as grim determination. Perhaps it is not military might that the prophecy spoke of, but human ingenuity. "Come, there is much to show you and little time." As they followed the elder deeper into the complex, Zara activated her suit's comm link. "OIA, status report." The A's voice crackled through. Captain, the Devourer ships have taken up positions around the planet. They appear to be deploying smaller craft. I've initiated defensive protocols and cloaked the Celestial Pioneer, but our options are limited. Understood. Stand by for further instructions. Zara turned her attention back to the Luminians. I need to know everything about these Devourers. Weaknesses, attack patterns, anything that might give us an edge. Elder Zorix led them to a circular chamber dominated by a swirling pool of what looked like liquid light. This is the Well of Memories. It contains the collective knowledge of our people. With your permission, Captain, we can share this knowledge directly with your mind. Zara hesitated only for a moment before nodding. Do it. As she stepped into the pool, a rush of images and sensations flooded her consciousness. She saw the Devourers' first attack centuries ago, witnessed the fall of countless Luminian outposts, but more than that, she understood. The Devourers weren't just conquerors. They were a force of cosmic entropy, driven by an insatiable hunger to consume all life and energy in the universe. Their ships were living beings, capable of adapting to nearly any weapon used against them. But there was hope. The Luminians had developed a technology that could disrupt the Devourer's hive mind, but they lacked a delivery system capable of penetrating the organic ship's defenses. As Zara emerged from the Well of Memories, her mind buzzing with newfound knowledge, a plan began to form. RIA, she called into her comm. I need you to analyze the data I'm about to transmit. Cross-reference it with our ship's capabilities and give me options. For several tense minutes, Zara conferred with ARIA, while the Luminians watched with a mixture of hope and apprehension. Finally, she turned to face them, her eyes blazing with determination. We have a plan, but it's going to take everything we've got. Elder Zorix, I need your people to modify our landing craft with your disruptor technology. Zelara, I want you to come with me back to the Celestial Pioneer. We're going to wake up our chief engineer. As the Luminians sprang into action, Zara felt a surge of pride. This was humanity at its best, adaptable, innovative, and unflinching in the face of impossible odds. The journey back to the landing site was tense, with Devourer scout ships patrolling the skies. Zelara's innate camouflage abilities proved invaluable as they dodged patrols and made it back to the craft. Once aboard the Celestial Pioneer, Zara rushed to the cryo chambers. ARIA, begin revival sequence for Dr. Imani Okoro. As the cryopod hissed open, Zara found herself face to face with humanity's most brilliant mind in the field of antimatter propulsion. Dr. Okoro blinked awake, her dark skin glistening with cryofluid. Captain, Imani's voice was groggy. Why am I? Her eyes widened as she caught sight of Zelara. Is that? Dr. Okoro, I apologize for the abrupt awakening, but we're in a bit of a situation. Short version, we're off course, we've made first contact, and we're about to engage in a battle to save an alien civilization from cosmic entropy incarnate. To her credit, Imani took only a moment to process this before nodding. Right then, what do you need me to do? As Zara outlined the plan, Imani's eyes lit up with the fire of scientific challenge. You want to modify our antimatter drive into a weapon. It's insane, but it just might work. I'll need to make some calculations, and we'll be sacrificing our way home. But Earth isn't home anymore, Doctor, Zara said softly. This is our home now, and right now, it needs us. Over the next few hours, the Celestial Pioneer became a hive of activity. Luminian scientists worked alongside Imani, merging their disruptor technology with the ship's antimatter drive. On the planet's surface, the rest of the Luminians prepared for a last stand against the Devourer ground forces. As the final preparations were made, Zara addressed her small but determined crew. What we're about to attempt goes beyond our original mission. We set out to establish a colony to secure humanity's future. But now we have a chance to do something greater, to save not just ourselves, but an entire civilization. To prove that humanity deserves a place among the stars. She looked each of them in the eye, human and Luminian alike. The Devourers think they're the ultimate force in the universe. Let's show them what happens when they mess with the combined might of humanity and the Luminians. As if in response to her words, the ship shuddered as the first waves of Devourer attacks hit the planet's atmosphere. Zara took her place at the helm, her voice steady as she gave the order that would echo through history. Initiate Operation Cosmic Firewall. Let's save the world. The celestial pioneer rose from its hiding place, its hull now adorned with Luminian crystals pulsing with energy. As they ascended towards the Devourer fleet, Zara couldn't help but feel a sense of awe. This was it, humanity's first interstellar battle, fought alongside alien allies against a threat to all life. Whatever the outcome, the universe would never be the same. And neither would humanity. Quantum entanglement. The celestial pioneer surged through the planet's atmosphere, its hull vibrating with the combined power of human antimatter technology and Luminian crystal matrices. Zara's hands danced across the holographic controls, guiding the ship on its perilous ascent towards the looming Devourer fleet. HFY, status report on the cosmic firewall, Zara commanded, her eyes fixed on the organic shapes of the enemy vessels growing larger in the viewscreen. The A's voice rang clear through the bridge. Cosmic firewall at 92% charge, Captain. Dr. Okoro reports that the quantum entanglement process is stable, but untested at this scale. Beside her, Zelara's tendrils writhed with a mixture of anticipation and fear. The Luminian's multifaceted eyes reflected the approaching battle. Your kind is truly remarkable, Starcrosser. To adapt your technology so quickly, to risk everything for a people not your own. Zara allowed herself a small smile. It's what we do best, Zelara. Humanity has always thrived on the edge of the impossible. As they breached the upper atmosphere, the true scale of the Devourer threat became apparent. Hundreds of organic ships, ranging from nimble fighters to massive dreadnoughts, filled the sky. At the center of the fleet loomed a behemoth that dwarfed even the largest Devourer vessels, the Hive Queen. All hands, brace for impact, Zara shouted as the first wave of Devourer fighters descended upon them. The celestial pioneer shuddered under the barrage, but the modified Luminian shields held. Return fire, Zara ordered. Beams of coherent light, amplified by Luminian crystals, lanced out from the colony ship. Where they struck, Devourer bioships writhed in agony, their adaptive hulls unable to cope with the hybrid technology. But for every enemy ship they destroyed, two more took its place. The Devourers operated with a hive mind efficiency that was terrifying to behold. Captain, HFY's voice cut through the chaos. I'm detecting a power surge from the Hive Queen. They appear to be charging some form of primary weapon. Zara's mind raced. They couldn't hope to destroy the entire fleet. Their only chance was to take out the Hive Queen and hope the rest of the Devourers would fall into disarray. But to get close enough to use the cosmic firewall, Dr. Okoro, Zara called into the comm, we need more power to the drives. We're going to make a run for the Hive Queen. Captain, we're already redlining the antimatter reactor. Imani's voice crackled back. Any more, and we risk a cascade failure. Zara gritted her teeth. Then we'll just have to hope it holds together long enough. Divert all non-essential power to engines and the firewall. We're going in. The celestial pioneer surged forward, its hybrid engines leaving a trail of quantum fire in its wake. Devourer ships scrambled to intercept, but Zara's piloting skills, honed by years of simulated training, allowed them to dance through the swarm. As they closed in on the Hive Queen, a massive energy beam erupted from the gigantic ship, barely missing them and carving a swath of destruction through its own fleet. They're willing to sacrifice their own to get us, Zelara observed, its skin patterns shifting to a deep crimson. Then let's make sure it's not in vain, Zara replied. OOIA, status on the firewall. Cosmic firewall at 100% charge, Captain, but we'll need to be practically inside the Hive Queen's defenses for it to work. Zara nodded grimly. Understood. All hands, Prepare for point-blank engagement. This is going to get rough. The celestial pioneer dove towards the Hive Queen, weaving through a maelstrom of bioweapons and smaller ships. Impacts rocked the vessel, and warning lights flashed across every console. Hull integrity at 62% and falling, HFY reported. We have multiple breaches on lower decks. Reroute emergency force fields, Zara ordered. Keep the firewall protected at all costs. As they approached the massive organic hull of the Hive Queen, tentacle-like appendages lashed out, trying to ensnare the human vessel. Zara's hands flew across the controls, jinking and weaving to avoid capture. We're not going to be able to avoid them all, she realized aloud. Then, an idea struck her. Xelora, can your people's crystals interface directly with the ship's systems? The Luminian's eyes widened in understanding. Yes, but it would require direct neural connection. The strain could be fatal. Zara met Xelora's gaze, but it would give us the edge we need. Without hesitation, Xelora moved to a nearby console, extending tendrils to interface with the ship's systems. For my people, for your people, for all life in the cosmos, the alien intoned. The moment Xelora connected, the ship's responsiveness increased tenfold. It moved with an organic fluidity, slipping past the Hive Queen's defenses as if they were standing still. Now, Dr. Okoro, Zara shouted, initiate the firewall. Deep within the ship, Imani Okoro took a deep breath and activated the experimental weapon. The antimatter reactor pulsed, channeling its power through the Luminian crystals. A wave of quantum energy erupted from the celestial pioneer, washing over the Hive Queen. For a moment, nothing seemed to happen. Then, with a silent scream that resonated in the minds of all present, the massive Devourer ship began to disintegrate. The quantum disruption spread like wildfire, jumping from ship to ship through their hive-mind connection. On the bridge, Xelora collapsed, its body smoking from the neural overload. Zara rushed to the alien's side, cradling its head. Did we succeed? Xelora whispered, its skin patterns fading. Zara looked up at the viewscreen, watching as the Devourer fleet fell into chaos, ships colliding or fleeing in confusion. We did it, Xelora. You did it. Your people are safe. A weak ripple of color passed over Xelora's skin, joy, tinged with acceptance. Then I go to join the great chorus, knowing our song will continue. As Xelora's eyes dimmed, Zara felt a profound sense of loss, but also of triumph. They had faced an implacable foe and emerged victorious, but at a great cost. Captain, HFY's voice was subdued. The Devourer threat has been neutralized, but our antimatter reserves are depleted. We are operating on emergency power only. Zara nodded, gently laying Xelora's body down. Understood. Begin damage assessment and prepare for emergency landing procedures. Let's bring our people home. As the celestial pioneer limped back towards the Luminian homeworld, Zara stared out at the stars. They had come seeking a new home and found themselves the saviors of an alien civilization. The cost had been high, but they had proven that humanity could stand tall among the cosmic powers. Whatever challenges lay ahead, Zara knew that humans and Luminians would face them together. A new chapter in the story of both species was about to begin, one of cooperation, innovation, and shared destiny among the stars. The cosmic firewall had done more than defeat the Devourers. It had forged an unbreakable bond between two civilizations, lighting the way towards a brighter future for all. Echoes of eternity. The celestial pioneer descended through the atmosphere of the Luminian homeworld, its hull scarred and systems barely functioning. As Zara guided the massive ship towards the crystalline spires of the alien city, she couldn't help but marvel at the sight. What had seemed strange and otherworldly just days ago now felt like a hard-won home. "Oh, yeah." Status on the cryo chambers, Zara called out, her voice hoarse from hours of issuing commands. The A's response was tinged with an almost human-like relief. "All colonists accounted for, Captain. cryosystems remained stable throughout the battle. Zara allowed herself a small smile. They had saved not just the Luminians, but the future of humanity as well. As the ship touched down on a massive landing pad, she saw crowds of Luminians gathered, their skin pulsing with patterns of awe and gratitude. "Dr. Okoro, prepare for disembarkation," Zara ordered through the comm. "It's time to introduce our people to their new neighbors." As the main hatch opened, Zara stepped out onto alien soil once more, this time flanked by Imani and a handful of awakened colonists. The Luminian elder, Jorix, approached, its tendrils swaying in a gesture that Zara now recognized as deep respect. "Star-crossers," Jorix's voice resonated in their minds, "you have fulfilled the prophecy beyond our wildest hopes. The Devourers are vanquished, and a new era dawns for both our peoples." Zara nodded sullenly. "The victory belongs to all of us, Elder. But our journey is far from over. We come seeking a new home, and we bring knowledge and skills that could benefit both our species." Jorix's skin rippled with patterns of excitement. "Yes, yes, the great confluence, as foretold. Come, there is much to discuss." As they followed the elder into a vast, organic-looking structure, Zara marveled at how quickly things were moving. First contact, interstellar battle, and now the beginnings of a cosmic alliance, all in the span of a few days. Inside, they found themselves in a chamber that seemed to be a blend of advanced technology and living biology. Holographic displays shimmered in the air, showing the aftermath of the battle and the state of the planet. "Our world faces great challenges," Jorix began, its patterns shifting to a more somber hue. "The Devourer attacks have left much of our ecosystem in chaos. Our population is a fraction of what it once was." Imani stepped forward, her scientific curiosity piqued. "Perhaps we can help each other." Our colonists were chosen for their expertise in various fields: terraforming, agriculture, engineering. "We could work together to restore your world." Jorix's tendrils quivered with hope. "Yes, and in return, we offer you a home among the stars. But there is more." The elder gestured, and a new hologram appeared, a map of the galaxy. The Devourer's defeat has left a power vacuum. Other species, some benevolent, some less so, will seek to fill it. Zara's mind raced with the implications. "You're suggesting an alliance beyond just our two species." "Indeed," Jorix confirmed. "The prophecy speaks of the star-crossers not just as saviors, but as unifiers. Together, we could forge a coalition of species dedicated to peace and mutual prosperity." As the implications sank in, Zara felt a mixture of excitement and trepidation. They had come seeking a simple colony and found themselves at the center of a cosmic shift in power. "There's something else you should know," Zara said, deciding that full disclosure was the best path forward. "The mission that brought us here, it was born of desperation. Our own world, Earth, faces catastrophic climate change. That's why we journeyed so far." Rather than shock or disappointment, Jorix's patterns shifted to what Zara now recognized as deep empathy. "Then perhaps it is not chance that brought you here, but the very fabric of the cosmos conspiring to save two civilizations at once." The elder moved to a pedestal in the center of the room, placing its tendrils on a pulsing crystal. "Behold, the heart of harmony." The crystal flared to life, projecting a swirling vortex of energy that filled the chamber. Within it, Zara and the others saw glimpses of strange worlds, alien species, and cosmic wonders beyond imagination. "This artifact," Jorix explained, "is said to be a remnant of the universe's creation. It holds the power to bridge vast distances, to heal worlds, and to unite minds across the cosmos." Imani's eyes widened with scientific wonder. "Are you suggesting we could use this to save Earth?" Jorix's patterns swirled with cautious optimism. "Perhaps, but such power comes with great responsibility. The heart of harmony responds only to those pure of intent. Used wisely, it could be the key to not just saving our worlds, but to ushering in an age of unprecedented cooperation among the stars." Zara felt the weight of the moment pressing down on her. The choice they made here would shape not just the future of humanity and the Luminians, but potentially the entire galaxy. "What do you propose?" she asked, her voice steady despite the gravity of the situation. Jorik's tendrils weaved an intricate pattern in the air, a joining of minds and purpose. Human ingenuity and adaptability merged with Luminian wisdom and cosmic understanding. Together, we could learn to harness the heart of harmony, to reach out to other species, to heal worlds and bridge the gaps between civilizations. The implications were staggering. It went far beyond their original mission, beyond even the boldest dreams of human space exploration. This was a chance to shape the very destiny of multiple species. Zara looked to her companions, seeing the same mix of awe and determination in their eyes. Then she turned back to Jorix, her decision made. "We accepted a mission to secure humanity's future," she said, her voice ringing with conviction. "If this is the path to doing that, not just for us but for countless others, then we're in." Jorik's entire being seemed to glow with joy. "Then let us begin the great confluence. Together, we shall write a new chapter in the cosmic story." As Zara stepped forward to place her hand on the heart of harmony, she felt a surge of energy unlike anything she'd ever experienced. Visions of possible futures flashed before her eyes, worlds healed, species uplifted, a galaxy united in common purpose. The challenges ahead were immense, the responsibilities overwhelming. But as she felt the minds of her human companions and their new Luminian allies joining with hers in shared purpose, Zara knew that they were equal to the task. Humanity had come seeking a new home among the stars. Instead, they had found a destiny beyond their wildest imaginings. The age of cosmic isolation was over. The era of galactic unity was about to begin. And at the heart of it all stood the unlikely alliance of humans and Luminians, ready to face whatever the universe had in store, together. Cosmic Symphony. The great confluence had begun. In the days that followed the defeat of the Devourers, the Luminian homeworld became a hub of frenetic activity. Humans and Luminians worked side by side, their complementary skills and knowledge creating a synergy that seemed almost magical. Zara stood atop one of the crystalline spires, overlooking the sprawling metropolis below. The city was transforming before her eyes, human technology seamlessly integrating with Luminian bioarchitecture. Dr. Imani Okoro approached, her eyes alight with excitement. "Captain, you won't believe what we've discovered," Imani said, her voice brimming with enthusiasm. "The heart of harmony isn't just a power source, it's a cosmic communications array." Zara raised an eyebrow. "Explain." Imani pulled up a holographic display showing a complex network of energy patterns. "It's tuned to the fundamental frequency of the universe itself. We can use it to send messages across vast distances instantaneously. But more than that, we can use it to sing to the cosmos." "Sing?" Zara asked, intrigued. "Metaphorically speaking," Imani clarified. "By manipulating the quantum harmonics, we can influence the very fabric of space-time, heal wounded planets, stabilize dying stars, even create wormholes for faster-than-light travel." The implications were staggering. "Have you tested this yet?" Imani's expression turned serious. "That's why I'm here. We're ready for the first trial, and we think we should start with Earth." Zara's heart skipped a beat. Earth, their distant home, struggling under the weight of ecological collapse. Could they really save it from across the galaxy? "Gather the council," Zara ordered. "If we're going to do this, we do it together." Hours later, in the newly constructed Harmony Chamber, humans and Luminians gathered around the pulsing crystal. Elder Jorix's tendrils weaved intricate patterns as it interfaced with the artifact. "Remember," the Elder cautioned, "the heart responds to intention and emotion as much as to technical skill. We must be united in purpose." Zara nodded, taking a deep breath. "Let's begin." As one, the assembled beings focused their will on the heart of harmony. The crystal pulsed, growing brighter until its light filled the chamber. In their shared consciousness, they saw Earth, blue and green, but wrapped in angry storms and rising seas. Guided by Imani's scientific knowledge and the Luminians' cosmic wisdom, they began to sing to the planet. Quantum harmonics resonated across the vast gulf of space, carrying with them the combined will of two species intent on healing. The process was exhausting, pushing the limits of both technology and biology. For what felt like hours, they poured their energy into the cosmic song, reshaping weather patterns, neutralizing pollutants, stabilizing ecosystems. Finally, as the last notes faded, they saw the result of their labor. Earth's storms calmed, its waters receded, and a new balance began to assert itself. It wasn't a complete fix that would take time, but it was a monumental first step. As the assembled beings came back to themselves, there was a moment of stunned silence. Then, cheers erupted, humans and Luminians embracing in shared triumph. Zara felt a tap on her shoulder and turned to find Aeroia's holographic form. "Captain, we're receiving a transmission from Earth." The room fell silent as a familiar voice crackled through the speakers. "This is Earth Command to any receiving stations. We've just experienced a global event of, well, we're not sure what. But our climate models are showing unprecedented positive changes. If anyone out there is responsible for this, thank you." Tears streamed down Zara's face as the magnitude of what they'd accomplished sank in. They had saved their homeworld from across the galaxy, but this was just the beginning. In the weeks that followed, news of the Earth's miraculous recovery spread across the cosmos. The Heart of Harmony became a beacon, drawing curious and hopeful species from across the galaxy. Zara found herself at the center of a burgeoning galactic community. Diplomatic meetings with beings of all shapes and sizes became commonplace. Some came seeking help for their own wounded worlds. Others offered knowledge and resources to aid in the growing coalition. One morning, as Zara prepared for yet another first contact scenario, she received an urgent message from the surveillance team. "Captain," a young ensign reported, "we've detected an anomaly at the edge of the system. Well, you need to see this." The holographic display showed a massive structure emerging from what appeared to be a tear in space itself. It was like nothing Zara had ever seen, a city-sized amalgamation of technology and organic matter. "Greetings, children of the cosmos," a chorus of voices echoed through their minds. "We are the Concordants, guardians of universal balance. Your actions have not gone unnoticed." Zara straightened, feeling the weight of this moment. "I am Captain Zara Chen of Earth, speaking on behalf of the United Galactic Coalition. We come in peace and with hope for the future." There was a pause, and Zara felt as if the very universe was holding its breath. Then the response came. "For eons, we have watched civilizations rise and fall, waiting for one with the wisdom and compassion to wield the power of creation responsibly. In your union of humans and Luminians, in your selfless act to save a distant world, we see the potential for a new cosmic order." The implications were enormous. Zara glanced at her companions, seeing the same mix of awe and determination reflected in their eyes. "We offer you a choice," the Concordance continued. "Join us as custodians of the cosmos, help guide the younger races towards enlightenment. But know that this path is not without sacrifice. You will transcend your current forms, becoming one with the cosmic tapestry itself." Zara felt the weight of destiny pressing down upon her. This went beyond saving Earth, beyond even uniting the galaxy. This was a chance to shape the very nature of existence itself. She thought of the long journey that had brought them here, from a dying Earth to an alien world, from desperate colonists to saviors of civilizations. Each step had prepared them for this moment. "We accept," Zara said, her voice steady and clear. "Not just for ourselves, but for all those who look to the stars with hope and wonder." As the words left her lips, Zara felt a shift in the very fabric of reality. The Heart of Harmony pulsed in response, its energy merging with that of the Concordance. Humans, Luminians, and countless other species across the galaxy found themselves linked in a cosmic web of consciousness. In that moment of transcendence, Zara understood. Their journey had never been about finding a new home or even saving civilizations. It had been about this, about becoming something greater, about weaving the disparate threads of life in the universe into a grand, unified tapestry. As their individual forms dissolved into pure energy, becoming one with the cosmic symphony, Zara's last conscious thought was one of profound peace and purpose. They had not just secured humanity's future, they had become the architects of eternity itself. And so, the next great chapter in the cosmic story began, with humanity and its allies at the very heart of creation, guiding, nurturing, and singing the song of existence forevermore.